Alright guys, so it's time to start working on her gloves. I have some extra A's today and I got a lot of my other projects done. Some paint items are kind of drying, so I got a little bit of a free time at the moment. So I'm going to start working on this glove. So you can see on my screen, I always have the item I'm working on, at least get the idea. So Amanda kind of draws the gloves like these, and I'm going to try to kind of copy that. The only thing is I'm not going to go with the zipper to the point. I think I'm going to make the zipper stop at the two prongs, so there's like these two pieces that go over, and then of course it comes up to there. So as you can see on the hand, I'm going to pretty much try to copy that as much as I can. So I got some A's over here, as you can see, the red A's. I'm going to roll that out a little bit, and then I'll wrap it around the hand. It's pretty straightforward. I guess once I get those the shape of the glove done, and I get these two little pieces over here pretty much all done, I can actually take my time and do the zipper. I'm not gonna, it's gonna be kind of hard to get the camera in there. I'll try to have the camera as much as I can, but it's whenever I try to get in close and doing detailing work, I want to make sure I can focus on it. So it's very hard to have the camera in my face because I'm always turning it, moving the statue around to get everything done. But that's where we're at, so it just gives you an idea of what I'm trying to copy and where I'm going to go with it. So let's just start plugging away. Okay, so the glove is pretty much done to a point. Now what I like to do is, the way I work is I'm going to let this cure overnight and then I'm going to sand it down, because I can never get Aves perfectly when I'm doing something almost that's kind of like armorish, you know, because it's kind of like, it's a very smooth glove on her arm. So what I did was I did very deep grooves over in here, because I'm not going to sand that down much, but I need to sand up here and around here and here because it's very thick. And because the glove is smooth, plus when I chopped it all up, it's all jaggeded, so I'm kind of like hitting those jagged areas and certain stuff, so I got to kind of sand this down. And then once it's all sanded down, I can throw in some A's in here, and I could make like a zipper. You know, I could throw some A's in there, and I could do little hatch marks and stuff, and make it look like it's a zipper in there. But I like the way it came out, fairly thick. It's kind of just like the way she has it. And did my own little take in the inside, because I really couldn't find any pictures of how Amanda draws it in here, but that's okay. I just kind of did my own thing. I just wanted to get it to look like the glove she's actually wearing and that stuff. So just kind of turn around a little bit over here as well for you guys so you can see that angle. Sorry about the camera, you know, I have to get in a little bit closer here and there. And what I try to do is up top, around the edges in there, I kind of dug in between the resin and the A's, so I got a little bit of a gap in there. So that kind of helps me when you go to paint. I know some things like the boots, you know, it's completely flush against the A's. There's no gap in there. But for the gloves, I'm doing a little bit of a gap. Just kind of works out that way. Only because the arm is not perfectly rounded like a calf muscle. It's kind of like, you know, we got some muscles going, especially over in here. So that's what I did with that. So there you can see. It's what I might do is come back to it once the Aves cures a little bit and do a little bit more deepness in here, just kind of smooth it in a little bit, because if I sand this down a little bit, I want to make sure that it's not like jagged in there. I just got to kind of work it out. Now it looked very messy while I was working on it because I was dipping in the safety solvent and stuff, but while I work, though, I always kind of wash away the excess A's, because if you do a little too much excess A's, you could kind of start clogging up like a detail like in here or underneath the knuckles and stuff. But when you wash it off, like it's kind of like a thin residue right now. It kind of comes off, but when you sand it with some like really 3M sandpaper, that's the foam stuff, it comes off really easy because there is still primer there. But there you go. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. So looking pretty good. Getting there. So like I said, I'll let this cure. We'll come back. I'll work on the zipper. Or what I might do is I might do the other glove, get everything even, and do both zippers at the same time. I think that's probably the best bet. So I just kind of want to get the gloves going, get them all worked out, work out the zippers, and then we pretty much move on to the hair. Alright, so I had a chance today to get out there and prime this early in the morning. I let the primer sit, and then I went outside and I sanded it down, and I primed it again. So looking pretty good. We're looking pretty smooth on the glove. I like the way it's looking. I might have to do a little bit of touching up in some areas. I'm not really sure yet, but as you can pretty much see, nice and smooth. Just got to do some kind of a zipper thing in here. Like I said, I might have to widen it a little bit. I'm not really sure yet. I want to get the other glove in this point first, but I'm pretty happy with it. I did have to, I think, where was it? I think I had to kind of patch a little bit up in here, and then what I did though is as I primed her, I realized I had to patch up a little over here. I patched up something over here. I think I also patched up over here and a little bit over here, because the glove is going to come from this area here down there, so inside here needed to be a little bit fixed, but I fixed all that up because I'm just preparing this hand as well. But so I'm liking the way it's looking. We definitely got that Amanda Connor glove going, and yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. So for the rest of this video, what we'll do is we'll do some fast video of getting this glove all set up and everything. Let's see, I'm not sure if we'll have enough time in the thing to do the zipper, but we'll figure everything out. And then once that's all said and done, we're going to focus up on her hair. Now I just wanted to get her head onto the body too while looking at this glove, and pretty much everything's looking pretty good. Yeah, so let's get plugging away another day when I get some extra A's at night, and I can get back to some personal stuff like this. Alright, so I got this glove all set up. It's going to dry for tonight, and then the next time I get a chance I can sand it down, clean it up a little bit, and then we can start working out the zippers. I had to do this a little bit off camera as well because it was very hard to get this one going because the arm was bent and not straight down. So I had to kind of tweak it a little bit. I know with the drawing she can make that zipper perfectly straight up the arm, but as you can kind of see in reality, if you're kind of bending the glove and you're kind of, you know, with on your hip like that, it's gonna kind of like warp a little bit, not much, but just a little. So I kind of gave a little curve going on up here. Now this part's a little bit messed up over here, but once I kind of sand down up around here and kind of lightly sand around here, I'll get this nice smooth glove like I did on this one here. So we'll get that nice flow going, but that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Let's get a little bit of this over here. To kind of see. Now the reason why it looks all dusty is I used a little too much safety solvent on this because this was actually fresher Aves from using on another statue that I was finishing up tonight. When you have fresher Aves, it's softer, and when you use the safety solvent, it starts to get really wet and it doesn't really work too well. When I did the other glove, the Aves was out for a little bit, so it was a little bit tougher and it worked better. So what I did is I threw baby powder all over it in the garage over the garbage can, and it kind of soaks up that safety solvent and it helps dry a little bit faster. So that's why that's got all that dust around it. It's just baby powder. Doesn't do anything harm to it. It just kind of, you know, soaks up that Aves a little bit and helps dry a little bit faster. But yeah, so that's where I'm at now. We'll get this sanded down. We'll come back once it's all smoothed out and primed up, and then we'll start working out the zippers. And then once that's all done, we will go on to the hair. Now, as far as the shoulder pads are going along, I got a little idea, and I was talking to a friend, so we might have something a little bit different for the shoulder pad. We'll have to figure that out, but while that's being worked on, I can at least get the hair going and everything. So that's where we're at, and we'll be back. Okay, so this morning I sanded her down, the glove, and then I primed her up, and looking pretty good. Happy with the way it looks. I shaped it up a little bit more, kind of took this in a little bit, just to give that little bit of a wrist area section, and then the muscles, you know, going around there. So worked out good. Happy with it. Might have to kind of prime it up a little bit more and sand it down a little bit, but just pretty much getting the shape done, making sure everything's working out pretty good on it. And like I said, I kind of did my own little thing in here. I kind of like that look. And pretty good. So all I got to do left is kind of make sure everything's finished up on the gloves. I'm going to go out there and prime it up again just to kind of get up in here and here. Let it sit for a bit, and then I'll have to shape it up a little bit more and sand it down, or just kind of clean it up, get it nice and smooth, and then I could go on to the zippers and get those all finished up.